when you think about what makes New Orleans go, as we've been talking about, it's definitely the oil and gas industry. It's definitely the shipping industry. But it's also tourism. I mean, the thing that makes New Orleans, New Orleans, the thing that makes it both apart from America and the best part of America is what's different about it. It's jazz, it's the architecture, it's the French influence of the culture, it's the language, it's the food, frankly. Before Katrina, 10 million people were visiting New Orleans. The year after the storm, it was down to something like 3.7 million. It has been steadily coming back, and economically, it really needs to come back. At a soulful level, it really ought to come back because everybody should be served a milk punch before starting their next interview. We're at Commander's Palace, which dates back to the 1880s, and we're here with T. Martin and with Chef Chris Lusk, who's the chef at Cafe Adelaide, which is another Brennan family restaurant. I'm so happy to have you both here today. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for giving me booze this early in the day.
Top of the morning to you.
So how's business? I mean, big picture, how's business?
You know, we are not quite back to pre-Katrina levels, but we just had the best year that we've had since Katrina. It's exciting. And, you know, we were celebrating that little football game we won, you know, last time you were here. We won it right after that.
I heard about that.
Yeah, you heard about that? And then we had, God, we were celebrating. And then we had that oil spill, so we had a little pause. But we are back to celebrating.
Yeah.
And things are just, they're good. We're having the best year we've had since Katrina.
Yeah.
And I feel great about it. Adelaide's doing great. Commander's doing great. Our friends around town, not everybody. In the coastal towns, boy, they are suffering. The panhandle of Florida, our friends, the fishermen, a lot of stuff's tough. But we got to tell you, in New Orleans, things are pretty darn good.
Yeah, and it's, you know, you can tell things are good. You can tell that people feel like they're on the upswing. And tourism is so important to the overall economy in terms of number of jobs, what it means to be able to live and work here. In terms of food, in terms of the food part of New Orleans culture that everybody wants to visit. And this as an institution, the Brennan family restaurants, how big an issue is people's worries about Gulf seafood? And what's the availability of Gulf seafood right now?
Well, the availability is really great. We really haven't had to change anything on our menu. Everything's available. And right now, as far as people's concerns, the seafood itself is probably as safe as it's ever been because it's being tested over and over again. And initially, there's a little bit of worry from some of our guests, but now everyone comes in, orders seafood just like normal. We sell a lot of seafood.
So one of the ways they test it is by smelling it. And it's very, very highly trained smelling people whose job that is. Does that make sense to you as a means of testing the fish?
Absolutely. Because my business is based on smelling, tasting, things like that. So yeah, absolutely.
I taste a glass of wine, and you know, people say, "Oh, I smell this," or "I smell that." I taste it with Chris, and he'll tell me like 8 things that he smells. Right. You know, and so when the people doing the testing of the fish, they had like some Dawn soap in the room or something, and they had to take it out of the room because they could smell that.
Their olfactory palate.
Yeah, but that's just one of the ways that it's being tested. Yeah. So people need to know that, but we find that wildly interesting.
So what are we drinking?
This is a milk punch.
Tell me what's in this milk punch.
Oh, this is a classic drink that Miss Lou made for us over here. It's just your basic. You can do it with bourbon or brandy. Okay. You know, and we do it both ways. And it's milk. And it's a little vanilla, a little nutmeg. It's as simple as it can be. It's a morning drink.
And nutmeg on the top. Oh, spectacular.
Yeah.
Well, you were saying that you had another rye cocktail in mind?
I have a little drink called an Oh What a Night. We might have a little bit later tonight. It's called Oh What a Night. Yeah.
What's going on in Oh What a Night?
We know that you're a rye whiskey girl. I am. So it's got a little Sazerac rye whiskey. We like that brand. I think you do too.
So use the 6-year-old Sazerac?
I don't know if we're using that one or not.
That one there?
Yeah.
The baby?
Miss Lou, our extraordinary bar chef here. A little sweet vermouth, a little lemon, a little pomegranate grenadine. Make your own or use good stuff like Fees, and a little lemon. A little lemon juice. That's it. Mix that up. A little lemon on top. Ooh, girl.
Serve it cold, straight up cocktail glass, or is that on the rocks?
Serve it. Mix it with ice. Serve it up. It's a real drink. It's a grown-up drink.
If this ends up just on the web and there's no TV show tonight, I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you where you can find me. Chef, thank you so much.
We love having you.
It's great to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.